Hey, what's up, guys? Come back with another video, and today I want to continue my What If series. What if Naruto had a sister? Part 19. um, so here goes on the previous part there in part 18. There, we seen Naruto and Naruto actually training to do the Rasengan now. Mostly when they're trying to do the Rasengan, mostly technically Naruto knows how to do the Rasen Shuriken there. Naruto was trying to do the the Rasen uh, Whirlpool there. So they're trying to do there, and mostly Naruto actually has Wind Nature. Naruto has Water Nature there. So they're combining their powers there, or they're combining their chakras there to make one there. They mostly collide the Rasan Shuriken and the Rasan tidal wave or whirlpool there, the Rasan whirlpool there to combine it there, making their powers more redux there, and mostly mostly they try to get it down and stuff like that. Mostly when all that stuff is happening, Team Kashi with Team 10 there actually goes out on the battlefield. We're technically technically fighting against the Heart guy. Mostly they were fighting against the Heart guy there, and mostly mostly he was trying to they were struggling against him. So Naruto and Naruto have a ride there. Mostly, mostly they were trying to get their chakras up there. Naruto uses Rasen Shuriken there. Naruto is actually trying to build up the Rasen Whirlpool there. Technically, Naruto throws the Rasen Shuriken at first, and then he's like, "Oh, he's like, this is nothing there," and stuff like that. He's like, "Dodge it." And then Naruto's like, let's take this there. She throws the Rasen Whirlpool there and combines with the Rasen Shuriken and makes the Rasen Hurricane. The Rasen Hurricane there technically destroyed him pretty well, the Hard guy pretty well there. And then he technically died there. Mostly, like in the previous one there, they technically respect Asuma there. We've seen Shikamaru actually trying to respect Asuma and stuff like that. That wouldn't happen with that. So, and then Naruto kind of feels the same way because she kind of was in the rotating teams with Asuma there. So she told him he was a great man and stuff like that when that was going on and that stuff like that there. Technically, the that was in part 18. So we go into part 19 there, where Naruto had a sister, and technically, we had Naruto and Naruto, or well, no, not Naruto and Naruto, but we've seen Sasuke there. Gathering up his team like in the original series there and stuff like that. Mostly when he was gathering up his team and stuff like that for to go to hunt down Itachi there and stuff. So so mostly he gathers up his team there like in the original series and stuff like that. That still happens and stuff like that there. Mostly he goes to where he's gonna front Itachi there. And Itachi puts him under a Genjutsu there, and well, not really a Genjutsu. And he's like, "You really want to know?" And he told Sasuke there, saying, "You really want to know what our clan actually was planning to do if I didn't slaughter them?" So Itachi actually did his Banku Sharingan there, showing Sasuke what really should happen there. What really should happen there if Itachi didn't really slaughter his clan there. So mostly just showing him there, and we see there the the Chiha there were trying to take over the Leaf Village there. The police force of the Chiha there takes Naruto and Naruto there, tying them up there, and they're kind of like struggling there, like and stuff like that. And then they activate. Technically, they extracted the Nine Tails out of both of Naruto and Naruto there, and technically, he and then the Nine Tails was attacking the village there, and actually came out and pops out of the Chiha base where the Chihas were, and actually wrecking the village there, and then mostly the Chihas were controlling the Nine Tails. So he was showing them that. And mostly, Sasuke didn't really believe it there. He didn't believe it there. He's like, you're showing me a fake image there. We all know you did that to our clan there. And then that's what Sasuke was saying. And then Itachi and Itachi and Sasuke fight, and then Itachi was like, yeah, little brother, they were planning to do this all along. They were planning to do this all fucking along and stuff like that. So they fight there. So they fight there and stuff like that, like in the original series there. Technically, Sasuke got a little bit more stronger, and Itachi there, and he's like, well, you got a little bit stronger there and stuff. That's what he was saying to him. And mostly, like in the original series, Itachi dies. Sasuke takes him out and shit. And then Itachi was like, does his like forehead. He's like, I should not show you that thing there, and he kind of like goes down and dies off and shit. And Sasuke technically collapses on the ground. So when that was going on with that stuff there, Obito technically takes Sasuke there, takes him to the cave there, and then he was telling him about his clan there and stuff like that. He's like, you know, your clan there actually was planning to do that there. Itachi was not lying. So he was Itachi was technically not lying there when he was actually saying stuff about that scene. He's like, oh, he's not lying and stuff like that, and stuff like that for what actually happened there. He's like, he had a purpose to kill the fucking the Uchiha clan. He had a purpose to kill them and stuff. So that still happens there. And then he's like, you're just lying also. He's like, you're worse than Itachi. He's like, well, maybe not, you can't fix stubborn at this point. That's what he was saying. So he tells him stuff like that for it. But so we go into the next scene there, where technically Jiraiya faces Pain there. Technically Jiraiya, it still happens the same way there. Jiraiya goes down against Pain there and stuff like that. Technically he wrote under the Toad's backs there, and he said, give this to Naruto and Naruto there, and stuff like that. So technically they flee there and stuff. They went back to the Leaf Village and stuff like that. Jiraiya falls in battle, like in the original series, so he still falls in battle there. And mostly they were telling Naruto and Naruto there, or they told everybody there, saying something about Jiraiya falls in battle, fell in battle and stuff like that. And mostly Naruto and Naruto were technically feeling a little bit upset there. Mostly Naruto took it mostly the hittest there, because technically Jiraiya was technically a father figure of Naruto there and stuff. And mostly Naruto technically took the effect a little bit because she thought Jiraiya was technically an older brother figure in a way. So that stuff happens there. They're both sad and stuff like that. Naruto and Naruto were technically sad and stuff, and mostly they're like, because they technically lost their they just technically lost who was actually close to being a father to both of them, and they technically lost him and stuff like that. So Technically, Ruka comes and gives Naruto and Naruto the ice cream there, or the popsicles there, and he said, "Well, technically, he was a great sensei, and he was a great, he was a great man overall. He was a great teacher for you guys." And so they told Naruto and Naruto that, and they're like, well, we can do this stuff there, and then mostly they agreed to go. Naruto Narco have to go to Boko there and actually train underneath the toads there. So Naruto Narco uh, leave the village there, goes to the Mount Bioko there, and mostly when that was happening with that there, Naruto and Naruto technically they're training underneath the toads there. They're trying to get the sage mode going there. When they're trying to get the sage mode going and stuff like that, they're like that was still happening with this part there. So when they're trying to get down with the sage mode and stuff like that with the thing, and maybe they have to like throw a little bit of Rasengan training a little bit in the time there, trying to get down the Rasen Hurricane there. They're trying to do that there, and they're trying to mostly trying to get down the Sage mode. Mostly Narco. They made Narco actually sign the Toad summoning jutsu, and mostly she actually has the Toad summoning jutsu there. Technically, she had to write her name and stuff like that, but she also has two summonings. So I'm going to give Naruto actually having two summonings there instead of having one summoning. Like Naruto still has the one summoning there, he still can summon the toads there, but yet Naruto can actually summon the toads and the snakes because technically she already has that one summoning there. She can actually summon the snake there, and that's mostly Connie there. And mostly she can still summon her, but she can also summon a toad if she wants to. So that is going to be pretty interesting to see that there. They definitely shreds her name on it. That still happens there. And then technically when they're doing the training there, uh, mostly Naruto and Naruto did the oil at first. Got it. They got it pretty. They got it down pretty quickly. At first, they kind of messed up, but technically they get whacked in the back. They're like in the original series when Naruto got whacked in the back. But technically, then they're like, you're doing this wrong and stuff like that. That's what they're saying and stuff. And mostly when they're saying about that, they're saying, oh yeah, you're doing this wrong and stuff like that. So they're trying to get it down. They're trying to get the sage mode going there. Naruto actually learns it how to do it first there, pretty fast there, and Naruto had a little bit more struggles, and mostly when they got done with the oil there, they can't really take the oil in battle there. So mostly if they can't really take the oil in battle there, so they were trying to train how to do it more and more quickly there, and how to do the sage mode more and more quickly. Naruto actually got down first, and she taught Naruto how to do it more quickly there. So they kind of learned it how to do it pretty quickly there with the Sage mode and stuff. But that was going on with that stuff there. And when they got all that stuff down and stuff, the next day we see this is we see the Akatsuki land arrives to the Leaf Village there. Technically, stuff happens the same there. Technically, they technically annihilate the Leaf Village and stuff like that, and then they're like, but mostly they're like telling the villagers saying, or they're technically slaughtering the village there, like in the original series, and then they picked up like their senseis and stuff like that. And then they're like, where is Naruto Uzumaki? And Naruto Uzumaki. Stuff like that. That's what Pain was actually saying and stuff like that. They're like, and then the villagers are like, they're our allies and stuff. You can't take them both and stuff. And then they're like pity and stuff. So Pain comes out of nowhere, destroys like the village like in the original series, and we see Naruto and Naruto actually arrive to the village, and they're like, what the fuck happened there and stuff like that. They're like, and then they're like, and then what the Toge Sage saying like, this is the Leaf Village. And then mostly when the dust was clearing and you see the stone monuments there, Naruto and Naruto were like, oh crap, this is our home and stuff. Mostly Naruto and Naruto actually had both the sage robes on, so I thought that'd be pretty cool. There they have both the sage robes on, so and that's where the what if ends there. So yeah, next time there we'll see Naruto and Naruto actually are taking on the Akatsuki. Mostly they're going to take on the Akatsuki there. Um, mostly they're going to take on Pain. Mostly Naruto and Naruto are going to take on Pain in the next what if. So yep, that's more on shit. Comment, rate, more responsive to subscribers. If you like more videos, please try. Hit that notification on some more uploads. Cover more responsive to subscribers. Like, hang out. Out of your peace.